welcome to Owoleke Business Time. I am Chiwendu Osisiago. Today we'll be discussing on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. As part of the commitment of the federal government of Nigeria to continuously create an enabling environment for doing business, on February 13, 2023, the Business Facilitation Bill 2022 was signed into law, the Act. The main objective of the Act is to promote the ease of doing business in Nigeria and eliminate bottlenecks. Nigeria is home to over 39.6 million micro, small and medium enterprises, comprising 96.7% of all businesses in Nigeria. Some 67% of these businesses are youth-owned. In 2022, micro, small and medium enterprises contribute over 45% to the country's gross domestic product, GDP, with 96.9% of these businesses in the micro category. They account for nearly 90% of the jobs made available nationwide. Therefore, as micro, small and medium enterprises grow, they create opportunities that lead to prosperity for more and less insecurity across the country. Yet, Nigeria, along with the rest of the world, is facing challenging economic conditions. In the studio, we have a chartered accountant and a tax consultant who will be discussing with us more on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. We'll get to meet the guest shortly after the break. Welcome back from that break. Like I said before we went on the break, that we'll be discussing on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. I have with me today in the studio a chartered accountant and a tax consultant. He is Mr. Aledima Freeman of Ofobrike. Sir, you're welcome to Owoleke Business Time today.
Thank you for having me on this program.
It's good to have you, sir. So, sir, we're talking about the ease of doing business in Nigeria, and, as a chartered accountant and, of course, a tax consultant, what can you say about the ease of doing business at the moment now in Nigeria?
Actually, ease of doing business as it is in Nigeria is orderly good because of certain things in place. Ease of doing business generally is a regulatory environment where business thrives. And Nigeria as a whole, if you want to, Nigeria have 36 states, and FCT inclusive. But in Nigeria, if you want to rate Nigeria by state, it's only Gombe State that are taking the lead of ease of doing business. Because in the environment need to be friendly in all ramifications for business to thrive. But environment needs to be friendly. The legislators need to be amending the legislation as one of the objective of promoting the ease of doing business, signed into law in 2022. They need to be amending their legislations as time within at any given time to know. Like in Nigeria, Gombe is the first. In Africa, for instance, Nigeria is the 21st out of the 54 countries in the whole Africa. In the whole world, Nigeria ranked 131 out of 190 ease of doing business. When you narrow it down to West Africa, Nigeria is ranking number 8 out of 13 countries in West Africa. Ghana here, which is a neighboring country, ranked first of ease of doing business. The ease of doing business encompasses a lot of things. Legislation, is it the policy of government? Is it okay? Is it okay to the business? As you rightly said before the beginning of the program, that the micro, small and medium enterprises, they contribute a lot in the economy. And without them, business cannot strive. So the enabling legislation of the government need to be friendly so that the ease of doing business will be okay in the society, in the country.
All right, thank you, sir. So as a chartered accountant, sir, a lot of businesses are not actually registered. Are there implications? Or first of all, let's talk about the steps. What are the steps in registering a business? Because most people are not even aware that registration of businesses are actually important in Nigeria.
Yes. You know, we have Corporate Affairs Commission, which is CAC. They are the agency that have the responsibility of registering businesses in Nigeria. And the Corporate Affairs Commission has made ease of doing business easy to the society. In such a way, they have made a way that to register a business, first step, you must have a name reservation. And CAC made it compulsory using their technology for you to reserve a name. It lasts maximum of 9 hours. And to register a business, it lasts maximum of 24 hours. So it's the technology they have put in place to make ease of doing business to be more friendly in the country. So steps to register a business, you cannot come up and start, you say, I want to register a business. You must have a name in your mind or in place. So after the name has been reserved, you will be reserved the name for maximum of 60 days. Thereafter, if you don't come to register it, they can allocate the name to another person. So after the name reservation, there come registration of the business name or limited liability companies proper or incorporated trustees. They are what we call incorporated trustees. Those like churches, NGOs, community meetings, they are the incorporated trustees. We have the one we call limited liability companies. The company that are limited by shares. You can reserve such names. Then we have the business name, the enterprise, which ordinary man in the society can register. That one don't require share capital. You can register that one, but you only register when your name has been approved by the authority to be registered.
All right, sir. So I know that, okay, I've met somebody who told me that the reason why she didn't register a business because of the amount. So I don't know if you can state it to our audiences, the amount of registering a business and probably an NGO.
Yes, there's a specific amount that is being charged by Corporate Affairs Commission in registering business, NGOs, and limited liability company. First and foremost, let's start with business names. Business name, official fee for business name is about 10,500 naira. But you know, you as not a registered accredited member, you may not walk into their place and register because you must have a porter. We as a chartered accountant and as an accredited agent of CAC, we can register the business on your behalf. So apart from the official fee you pay, there's another professional fee you pay either to the chartered accountant or to the lawyers to register your business. 10,500 official fee for NGO. Then limited liability company, it depends on the share capital. Because you are going to pay for the share capital, you are going to pay what we call stamp duties that goes to FIRS. So when you factor in that one, the official fee there is about 21 or 25,000 thereabout. But the lawyer or the chartered accountant that will register it will charge his own fee. Then incorporated trustees, such as NGOs, community meetings, those ones is a special, we call it a special business. Incorporated trustee, their treatment are different from others because you have to make a publication in national dailies after the name has been approved by Registrar General, the RG of the CAC. You have to make a publication in national dailies that will last maximum of 28 days. After 28 days, nobody has come to object or to say, this name is my name, or this one have encumbrances or anything against so-so company or so-so name. Thereafter, you will now proceed to register To register incorporated trustees, official fee to pay is ranging about 70 to 80,000. But when you factor in other costs of the paying for the lawyer or paying for the chartered accountant, it will come up to both publications. It will come up to thereabout between 100 to 150,000.
All right, to go on a quick break now. Then after the break, we'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere.
Follow us on our social media handles at Uweleke TV. Visit our website at www.uweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Uweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. So, Mr. Freeman, I wanted to ask that how has businesses in Nigeria contributed to the gross domestic product, that's the GDP?
Okay. You know, businesses in Nigeria, like you said, is a very dynamic in the sense that it has contributed enormous or very significantly to the gross domestic product, because Nigeria has a diverse economy. And such diverse economy include agriculture, oil and gas, manufacturing, services. So it has contributed enormous to the GDP. Like in Nigeria, Nigeria is having about 390.002 billion USD dollar as the GDP. That is a nominal GDP. And in Africa, Nigeria can be rated as number 2 after Egypt. Egypt has about 398 point something. So Nigeria is, businesses in Nigeria contribute enormous to the GDP because Nigeria have a very diverse economy.
All right. Thank you, sir. So, you know, our topic today is the ease of doing business. So what's the best way to do business that will be convenient for the business owner in a conducive environment?
Good. The best way to have a good ease of doing business in the country, government need to remove every encumbrance to the business. Government need to reduce every aspect. For instance, in Nigeria, from the point of view, you find that from going to farm, there's no access road. That's what we call infrastructure deficit. There's no access road to go to farm. And when the farmers go, you find that they'll be having a threat of insecurity, either to be kidnapped or this. And when the farmers farm, when they are bringing the products into the market, the high cost of transportation, which all this factor into the infrastructure deficit, the high cost of transportation, it will equally be adding to the business. So government need to make a policy, make a legislation that will remove all those encumbrances, such as making the business environment to be friendly. There are a lot of touts that recruited themselves. If you are moving your product from one state to another, you pay a lot of taxes. They will say pay this, a lot of rates, this, that are not harmonized.
Sir, before we round up, I wanted to ask that what are the challenges you feel some businesses are facing at the moment?
Well, businesses are facing a lot of challenges in the economy, in the country. First and foremost, the challenges they are facing, insecurity, for instance. The businessman, investors cannot come in, even the domestic investors. There are some regions, like today, you find out today is Monday, from my area, Southeast, you find out there threat of insecurity, threat of IPOB, sit at home every Monday, actually is affecting business in that region. There are some investors that may come, they may want to travel to go to Southeast. Because of that threat, they will stay back. They will not go. If you find that the cost of flying from here to Southeast on Mondays, the cost is always at the reduction level, because people are at the fear of insecurity. You talk of power. electricity, you cannot have a steady power supply. You don't have a good access road to people to, you know, when you have a steady power supply, manufacturer can thrive. They can thrive in the society. They can thrive in their businesses. Now you find a manufacturer, what they're using, what they're consuming, the diesel is about 1,000 something naira per liter now. The cost of what they're producing, there is no power supply. It keep on challenging business. Even the power supply is challenging the services apart from manufacturer. There's another challenge we call access to finance. Like particularly, this one is narrowed down to small, medium sized enterprises. They always have a difficult to access to finance. It's not like other larger corporations. So access to finance is equally another challenge the business are facing in the country. So there are another one we call macroeconomic factor. That one is a general factor that affects businesses. So that the micro, such as inflation rate, interest rate, taxation, if it's high, all those things factor into challenges of doing business.
Thank you, sir. Because of our time, I wanted to ask that what's the way forward for businesses in Nigeria today? The way forward, your advice, even to Nigerians.
Yes, way forward to businesses in Nigeria today. Number one, the government should always make a policy, like a policy stability is number one. If the policy of government is very stable, it's not changing, like this administration will come, they will change their policy, it's always affecting businesses. So if the policy of government is stable, it will make business to strive. Then another one, let government have a good legislation and always have a feedback from the society. Always have a feedback from the economic team. Is this policy in place? Is it working? Is it one the way they need to go back to review? They should be collecting feedback from the society under Nigeria. Then another way forward is government should have a data. There's no data in place. Government does not even know the number of companies that existing. Of recent, the new Registrar General of Corporate Affairs Commission issued notice of that waiver that you should come and file your annual returns. Businesses to come and file annual returns. There are 1,001 businesses that are registered in the country, but they are not doing anything. They keep on registering. So you as a business owner, if you register your company or your business for 2 years ago or 5 years ago, and you have not gotten any business, either from government or private entity, why are you telling them to come and file an return from where? So that government is able to have a feedback. Is this business thriving? Is this business going well? To enable them to have a good policy in place that will make an enabling environment to be stable for business.
So, sir, what's your advice to someone who intends to start a business?
My advice to someone that intends to start a business in the country, first and foremost, get your business registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. Then, after your business is being registered, you now know the location or the type of business you want to go into. So, from knowing your location and the type of business you want to go into, then you can able to set up a business. Then getting all the required documents for your business, like your tax clearance certificate, getting your business or your staff registered with pension commission so that you can kick off a business. It can enable you to bid competitively with other bidders. It can enable you to bid for government contracts, government jobs. There are a lot of government jobs, tenders coming out every 3 months, quarterly. You can able to know which business I can bid for, depending on the object you register your business with. All
right. On this note, I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Aledima Freeman of Obweke for coming on Owaleke Business Time. For those who intend to start a business coming 2024, first of all, you have to register your business with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Then secondly, Mr. Freeman said you have to consider your location, which is very, very important. And of course, the type of business you want to go into. Is it a supermarket or probably what kind of business?
Oil and gas.
Okay, oil and gas, yes. So there are different, yes, there are different kind of business you want to venture into, and you need to know the kind of business you want to venture into. And secondly, he said that you should get all the required document you need. That means you need a chartered accountant that will of course put you through in opening a business so that you don't miss it and you don't put yourself into trouble and get implicated by, you know, these security people, so they don't go and arrest you. Maybe you didn't do the right thing. Yeah. So on this note, I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Aladima Freeman of Obweke for coming on Owoleke Business Time. It was good to have you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. All right, and that's the much we have for you today on Owoleke Business Time. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Owoleke TV. And our website is owoleke.tv. Do have a wonderful day. My name is Chiwendo Osisiago. Bye for now.